Okay, I think we got everything set up. Alright, let's just find something and plug into it. An 11 Dark Flame Cleft. Wait, I lied. Sorry, I already have a TOP timed. Should we just run our own key, honestly? I don't know. Forgot I got feet from the raid last night. I need to check what those turn into when I catalyze. Haste Mastery. I guess it's not super ideal to catalyze stuff right now because I'm gonna need it for tier. We'll just wear them for now, I guess, is the play, even though I lose a decent amount of haste, but not that much. Eye level is probably just worth it to get 300 intellect. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I need a new enchant. And then if we're not in a key, I will just run my own. Looks like we are not in a key, so I will just run my own. We queue it up. Probably about to witness a lot of failed attempts at recording these dungeon walkthroughs. So we're going to be repeating the same stuff over and over as we run, if we run the same dungeon. It's okay. That'll help me learn it as well if I'm just talking out loud about everything the dungeon has in it, because there's a couple dungeons where I still don't know everything that happens, so it'll help a lot. The Warlock as well. And a Dark Flame Cleft, which is somewhere in the game. Start by Stone Vault, but I'll just fly down there. And I have Haste Flasks. I have a lot of Haste Flasks. We're all good on those. Any tips for a Resto Druid raid healing? I feel like I'm the worst healer, but when I'm in M+, I do well. That's actually a pretty common occurrence, like not just with Resto Druid, but healing in general. So it really comes down to the fundamentals of Resto Druid in raid. That's usually what's going to dictate how much healing you're doing, which is basically using Swiftmend and Wild Growth like on cooldown. So meaning because you have Soul of the Forest, so you want to press Swiftmend and then Wild Growth always. And you pretty much just want to use that on cooldown. Obviously, you want to overlap it with like raid damage and stuff, but it's better to just get in the habit of using it nonstop and trying to keep it on cooldown just permanently. Because it procs more tree forms if you're running that talent and all that stuff, and then it also just does a lot of free healing for very low mana, and it's a smart heal, so it'll target the people that are not full HP. Outside of that, sorry, I'm like also trying to look for people for this group. Outside of that, it is really important to make sure that your mana stays pretty even with the boss's HP. So especially on lower difficulties, that's kind of hard to do. Look for what your mana is currently at percentage-wise and what the boss's HP is at percentage-wise. If your mana is higher, then you want to just be like spamming rejuves everywhere on the raid, even if people aren't taking damage, if what you're going for is just more healing. And don't worry about overhealing and stuff. And once you have a lot of rejuves out, like when raid damage actually happens, then you just spam regrowth on people that are taking damage, or if there's like debuffs that certain players get that take extra damage, you can regrowth them. So it's just all about spending mana and then using like the fundamental stuff, which is basically Swiftmend Wild Growth. There's not that much more fundamental stuff with Resto Druid. Pressing rejuve and regrowth a lot, and then Swiftmend Wild Growth. Your two big things. But if you want me to like dive into it a little deeper, if you are a sub on Twitch or Patreon or anything like that, you can post logs in my Discord and I will review them just over text channels. But also, just if you just want to message it to me on Discord, I can take a look at it. Or I'm thinking of opening up the log review channel in my Discord just publicly, just for like the first few weeks of raid to help people utilize it. So maybe just join the Discord and keep an eye out for that, because maybe I'll do that this week. I want people to use the channel, and just so maybe opening it up to everybody for the first few weeks and then restricting it would make it a little better. I mainly just want people to get use out of it. But I had a good thing going. Always last, I forget to do the Wild Growth combo. Yeah, that's a huge amount of your healing. Just like remembering Swiftmend Wild Growth, Swiftmend Wild Growth, Swiftmend Wild Growth as much as possible. We'll take the Havoc DH for PI. I'll take the Ellie Shaman, but okay, if he doesn't join, then we'll take the Ellie Shaman. There we go. And now I just have to remember to actually press record. How's it going? By the way, is my voice too loud on stream? I don't know why. Everyone says it's fine, but on my recording software, it just says it's peaking like non-stop. Does it sound like shit? Is it too loud compared to everything else? And when I'm in Discord, people say I'm too quiet if I have it turned down more than this. Not loud enough, I'd say. Huh, okay. Just keep it as it is then and then mess around with it later maybe. But thank you. So Dark Flame Cleft, unfortunately I'm not super familiar with this dungeon in general. We're going to do our best to talk through it. I think the big things for me was some of the trash I didn't understand. So this series might be a little bit different from how it has been previously, where I wait for weeks and then I learn the dungeons really well and then I make the video. This time it's going to be me like learning the dungeon. It's going to be similar to how we did the Cinderber metery video in the PTR, where like we went through the dungeon and kind of learned it out loud. It's going to be more like that, but I have a better idea since I've ran it, you know, a number of times now. We'll see. Is Healbot? No, I use Celt. It's just a unit frame add-on. It has all the same integrations as stuff like Voodoo and even Healbot. Like you can do click healing and stuff like that. Alright, I don't have any rank 3 enchanty thingies. Oh well. Unlucky. It's looking blue the whole time. Yeah, no, it is like that, but these, like, watch, when I right click on something, now it shows how I actually want it to show. I want it to be like that all the time. But if I have it like this, it kind of follows behind it. You can see if I move it around really fast, like it kind of drags behind it. So when I right click, it looks how I want it to. But like this, it's just the weak aura that I sent you. I just made it a little bit bigger to like outline the mouse. And then also when I hover over stuff like this, do you see the blue thing is still behind it? So the blue cursor is still behind this, but it's showing a different thing. That's why it's weird. So it still works like kind of how I intended, but it's kind of annoying that every time I right click, the mouse changes how it looks, because it's a little weird and it hurts my eyes. All right, did everyone ready up? Yeah, okay, we're good. All right, let me hit record and then we're good to go. And I also need to make sure I'm in Mythic Plus.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, this is just a little pug key. We're going to be talking through Dark Flame Cleft, talking about the important stuff. I'm going to be learning some of it along the way, because a lot of the trash I don't actually know very well yet. The bosses I'm pretty familiar with, though. So, very first pull, the most important things are the... if I remember correctly, this Overseer does a big AoE cast. I don't think the laborers do anything, to my understanding. Do this AoE that we have to get out of, and then he's going to do a shout, this overpowering roar right here. And we just want to make sure that we have big healing or absorbs and stuff going into that, whatever healer we're playing. Just be ready for the group to take a decent chunk of damage. I know what the affix is this week. That'll be interesting. And now we have the Wick Lighters, which they will just do a spam castable hit on people. We need to heal that, and then they also put a dispellable dot on people. So it's all about healing the just damage that they do, and then dispelling whenever we can. And actually, I lied. It is not the Wick Lighters. No, it is. It is. We're good. We're good. They apply the dot on like a 15-second cooldown on people. This is us just getting spam casted on, so we're just going to pop some defensives and then use our uppies for the rest of it. Then we dispel. Another dispel is going to come out soon. We'll just mass dispel this one. So now we mass dispel. Extreme that one because I'm getting hurt. I don't know what these orbs do. I think like everybody has to soak other people's orbs. That was really weird. But it makes sense. Orbs aren't part of the dungeon though, so you can kind of ignore that. Alright, here we got some more of the menial labors. They don't do anything. We got the Wick Lighter in the back. The Overseer. So we're mostly watching for the Overseer damage and the Dispels. You can LOS the Overseers, so if I'm here by the pillar and he does this overpower right here, I can LOS around the pillar and I don't take any damage. Very useful for range, especially when you're getting targeted by like, the Wick Lights and stuff. And then also, you can LOS the Wick Lighters, so like if you don't want to be targeted by them, you can kind of sit around the corner like this and they won't target me. Or if they do target me still, like this, like right now one's targeting me, I can just LOS and we don't have to kick it. Like right here I'm getting targeted by a bunch of stuff. It looks like the... I'm trying to remember who does it. I have to actually focus on healing for a second, and then we'll talk about it, I guess. This hurts. Spell the mage, I can keep myself alive. I'm gonna pain step myself, even though I probably should have pain stepped the tank. Or just dispelling, I'll dispel him because I can just heal myself and use defensives for that big AoE. I will do the LOS thing again, so we stand over here, and then if we get targeted, we can just LOS the Wick Lights. And dispel that other one, so we need to heal it, especially if he gets targeted by the single target stuff. There we LOS. Is sell better when you need to dispel? Not necessarily, no. Whatever works for you works. I like sell just because it's more user-friendly. It's way easier to set up and adjust when you want to adjust something. And it also just still looks like LVI, which is what I was using previously, which I wanted to keep the look of. Like the kind of minimalistic look. I don't know exactly. Okay, it's these mole herd. Is that lowly mole herd? Is that what it's called? If you're not in melee with them, they will throw rock at you. They just spam throw rock, and it actually hurts really bad. So you want to stand in melee as much as possible with these guys, so that you don't get spam throw rocked. Rocked. Make sure we do that. There, I got throw rocks. I'm not in melee with that one. Wasn't close enough. If everyone's in melee, they'll just default melee attack the tank, I believe. This boss, we're looking for... stay out of the middle, because the minecart will kill us. This minecart spawns right here, and we need to kill it. We have to cross the tracks, so just make sure you don't die to the minecart coming. It'll always be, the tracks will always be like lit up, whichever way it's going. And then the other thing he does is Reckless Charge. So he's going to target a player with the charge. It's on me, so I'm going to bait it into a nearby like pillar or wall. And then he'll do that. He'll crash into it. He'll drop some stuff on the ground. We stay off the tracks. Then it'll do some AoE damage to the whole group, like unavoidable AoE damage. We'll put our little ball in melee so it gets soaked.
5,
Kill the minecart.
3, 2, 1.
Rockbuster is just a tank buster. It does spawn all these ads and they fixate a player. So like right now it's on the Paladin, so we need to help heal him because they put a bleed on the player, I believe. Now we have Reckless Charge. I'm just going to use uppies here to help out and give myself a shield. So there we go. He hit the wall. Does a little bit of damage. I'd say the healing check for this fight is definitely just when the ads are alive. Like, since people are just... It's impossible for the tank to have aggro on all of them and they fixate someone. So there's just going to be a lot of, like, random kind of group damage happening to people on top of other stuff. Now we just kill the boss because he's already dead. There we go.
5,
Can't wait to grow up and have as much haste as you. Yeah, I have it from Season 1 pretty much. I'm still wearing a lot of my Season 1 gear. It's because it has so much haste on it. Alright, these guys, the Wandering Candles, will do a big cast. The little guys here, the task workers, just do a bonk on the tank. It's quenching, I think it's quenching fire or something like that. That's what does the group-wide AoE damage, so we want to be very careful about that, as it does a lot of damage. And then they spawn these circles around themselves, and you need to get out of them. There's another quenching fire. Double radiance. And penance. Everyone topped up as fast as possible. And that's pretty much it. And then they do that little AoE around them, I think. Or not I think, but like I mentioned, so like right here, the Surging Flame. And if you're in it when it explodes, it'll just insta-kill you. And then it looks... Oh, we almost got another cast off. That would have been bad. We have another one in this room. These little fire guys, as far as I know, they do a cast, and it applies a stacking debuff on you, or they just do it passively. I don't remember, so I guess we'll see. Okay, it looks like they cast it. If the cast goes off, like right there, we take a little bit of damage, and then it increases our fire damage taken by 10% per stack. So every cast that goes off, you're taking 10% extra fire damage. Overlaps with the Wandering Candle quite a bit. I think they're going to just avoid it, though. Do it with these ones. Yep. Hello? Oh, we're getting the orbs. Take my orb. What a funny affix, honestly. One more AoE from the candle. We'll just press Fade and Radiance. Now this boss, we basically want to take like one side of each boss. Be marking the ones that he wants to do. And the way this fight works... this fight's actually pretty hard as a healer. You need to be aware of like 2 overlapping mechanics, otherwise you just die. Red, blue for candles, go clockwise. Okay. I'll go on purple. So he's going to do Dousing Breath. That's going to do a large amount of AoE damage and put out all the candles currently. And then he's going to do Wick Light. Wick Lighter Barrage. You get this debuff and you need to go clockwise with it. And ideally put the flame on top of 2 candles and it lights them. Then that will become a safe spot, but we'll also get a stacking debuff. So right now we have 2 stacks of the debuff because we missed some candles. And then he'll do this Extinguish cast, which sends out a wave at you, and you want to extinguish one of the candles, so you aim it at one of the candles. And he'll do Incite Flame, which just creates some safe zones wherever the candles aren't lit. So it's all about putting the candles on fire and then extinguishing them before he does that, a cast. So now he's going to do the this cast again, and it kind of rotates from here. Now this is our new safe spot. Don't know what that was. Blazing Storms. I've never seen that. I think it's from the tank not being in melee. I guess we'll check. No players are in melee combat. Yeah, okay. That was weird. DH went offline. Don't do this. I'm recording a video. Well, if the DH doesn't come back, we're going again. The DH comes back. Yep, there he is. It must have just been like a DC when as he died. But don't. Oh my god, he just took a B-res. Shot, dude. Alright, let's see. Try to get a food buff real quick before the boss spawns. Only issue with Cell is the raid frame sorting. I can never get it to sort each group by tanks, heals, melee, ranged. I don't know how to do melee ranged, but it should default tank and healer. Unless you're talking about in raid, because in raid that's... Yeah, you said raid frame sorting. That's... I mean, I guess you can do that, but that's usually up to the leader. At least that's how I usually do it. Maybe that's why I've never noticed it. Because I just yell at the raid leader to organize the frames. Extinguish. Then we have the wick lighter barrage. We're going to stand by the candle and then move to the other one. There we go. When we get the enkindled inferno, we'll get 2 stacks of it since no one got that one. I really want to get all of them. And then we'll penance. And then we'll put out one of the candles. I don't know. I didn't aim mine at the right spot. I always forget to aim that at the candle, honestly. Stand in the safe spot, which will be purple. We go back to the inferno. These ones will not be safe anymore. The lit ones will be safe. And we'll get the debuff stacks. And then we get the Dowsing Breath, which will hurt really bad. Then we're going to get the barrage again, and then the fight repeats. So now we stand by a candle. And then we run over to star. I'm going to work my way back towards purple, since that's where I originally was. Why did it not light the... Wait. I guess I wasn't in range of the one I started on? That sucks. Okay, we penance here. We'll double radiance and then penance. We'll aim this at purple. Move out of the way. Keep everyone nice and topped up. We have Incite Flame, so we stay in the safe spot that we just made. We have the Inferno coming up. I don't know why I pressed defensives. I still don't know this fight fully. The Inferno, and then the Dowsing Breath, so I'm going to Mind Blast early. This one's going to be pretty bad. We're going to have a lot of stacks here. So we have 4 stacks of the debuff. So it hurts very much. And paints up somebody. I'm going to put a barrier down. I did not do it in time. And the mage also wasn't in it. That's my fault. Glider Barrage, we go back in range. Hopefully I have time. There we go. And then we make it to the other one in time, hopefully. There we go. Yeah, this guy. We'll aim this. We're going to get the Extinguish, so we're going to aim that over this way. Towards yellow. We're trying to heal everybody up before the Incite Flames, because it will hurt. There we go. Everyone's topped up. Safe spot on star, because that's where we extinguish our candle. And then that's it. We did it. So we die right here, I guess. Press defensives. Using flame. Try to have everyone at full HP for that. There we go. Very, very good healer fight, honestly. The main overlap is that, like, where you get the flame dot and then the extinguish happens at the same time, or the dowsing. And you have to kind of heal the overlap of having the dot while you get a big hit. And here we're just trying to kick flame bolts, but they don't hurt that bad, so it's not like you have to kick all of them or anything. Just pay attention that if you get multiple casts on you at the same time, like right there, I have 2 on me, so that's going to hurt quite a bit. It looks like they ended up dying. And this is a little mini boss, so there's a bunch of the little flame tenders and laborers. They don't really matter. The mini bosses are Torch Snarl and Soot Snout. Things they do is that AoE right there. That's the big guy. He does AoE. I don't know exactly what it's called, so we'll kind of look as we get rid of the ads. We have a kick on him. And then burning candles. I still don't understand what these do besides just spawn the candles on the floor that do nothing. Maybe they increase their damage or something, but I haven't seen it yet. And he's going to do one-handed headlock, so it's on the Paladin. So to my understanding, you just heal that player. It looks like it doesn't even do that much damage. Oh, it's like you have to get them out before the flamethrower happens, basically, is the idea. Alright, and then the AoE cast that the guy does is Torch Snarl. He does this massive stomp, and that's what we're healing. Just making sure everyone's topped up for that. Maybe the headlock again. Peggy invised it. One more massive stomp. You be posting your Holy versus Disc raid decision on Discord? I'm torn on learning Disc for raid. It's so much more stressful. I definitely can. I play Holy just because I raid lead for my guild, so it's just way easier to raid lead on Holy than it is on Disc, and I can still play like pretty optimally on Holy. So I'm not having to do that much like thinking outside of just targeting people who aren't full HP. Okay, so this boss, we want to stay roughly kind of together. We'll spawn all these little molds of ourselves on the floor. And each mold on the floor just does pulsing damage to the group. If you get targeted by Dark Flame Pickaxe, you just stand in between, or you put an ad on the floor, like a wax ad, in between you and the boss. That needs to be kicked, otherwise everyone gets feared. And then we get these little circles. They need to overlap on top of the wax molds that we have on the floor, and it gets rid of them. And then the main thing is you just don't stand in all this wax on the floor. Otherwise it stuns you. Now we're back to this, and we always want to use the pickaxe on the ads that are farthest away, so you'd want to use it on like that one over there. Unfortunately we're not going to, but that's okay. I think no matter what, it gets rid of that one in melee. We'll just stand out here and get rid of this wax mold. Just back to doing some healing. We have another wax mold out there. I need to try to step into melee before they spawn. I'm not spawning so far away. He doesn't know what he's doing. This is bad. This is real bad. Oh my gosh. Nether walked it. That was an absolute mess. We'll just kill this one out here. We're gonna miss one, but that's okay. Targeted, we want to kill this one that's out here. Just whichever one's kind of isolated from the rest of the molds is the best one to kill.
2, 1.
We will kill this one out here. I don't think I can get both. I can try, so I don't think it's gonna reach. Yeah, no. Okay. Radiance. Oh, I stepped on a mold. That's not good.
5,
Run.
3,
He went far.
1.
Oh, we got the fear. That is worst case scenario is a second fear going off. I think I can now heal this, but we got rid of like none of the molds at all. So this is gonna start hurting real bad. Right now, this is gonna start just absolutely trucking us. Try to use some single target heals on people so that I don't have to waste my radiance as soon as it's up.
1.
And then we'll press our defensives. We'll try to get rid of some of these. We will press evangelism, mind blast, radiance, penance. Stay out here by these ones. We'll use our shadow fiends.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Penance again. Mind blast. And penance. I think I can get rid of this one out here. Oh, we got rid of both. Nice. That's huge. Alright, we've recovered. While missing a full set of ads and getting a fear cast off.
5.
And we dodged pickaxes. If you intercept it, it will just one-shot you. Like if it hits a player, that player's dead. I'm saving them. Alright, we did it. That was a little rough.
No more Candle King. We can be free. But
Stay inside of this little minecart.
darkness.
So it lets you see and target the ads. And the minecart just loses light over time, and you just need to pick up these candles on the floor over here. So like I can go grab this one right here. And as long as I'm holding a candle, I can see all the ads and target people normally, so I don't have to be in the cart. So I can kind of wait, and then when you step in the cart, it refills it. Like, it refills its energy. So if the cart's full energy, you basically don't want to be running a bunch of candles into it. So like, for instance, if I wanted to, we could go grab that far candle, but instead we'll just grab this close one. We don't want to drop it in the cart right now, right? Because you want to save it to, like, keep the cart going as long as possible. Instead, we just wait a little bit. Also, the ads cast Drain Light. You want to make sure you get rid of that. Or interrupt it, rather. Now we're just waiting until it gets a little bit lower, and then now we can drop in the candle, and we'll refill it. This affix does absolutely nothing. And I don't know what dictates the cart moving or stopping, because sometimes it moves while you're in combat, and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know exactly what causes it to do that. My understanding is that if you're in combat, the cart doesn't move anymore. But I've also seen it move while in combat, so I don't know if that's just a bug or something. See, that candle that we just threw in there was like completely pointless because the cart was literally full. So I guess it doesn't matter because we're moving anyways, but... The little buddy, stay alive. That pain sub saved him. Didn't even cauterize. We're chilling. And these creepers, I still don't fully understand how they work, but my understanding is they get more powerful the longer they're in combat or something like that. So they'll just do a lot of tank damage. Like, you can see this debuff stacking up on the tank. We're gonna pain sub him. And yeah, I still don't fully understand how they work or what makes them stronger, but they'll do lots of tank damage, but nothing else. They don't do any AoE or anything like that. And try to barrier to help him, and then penance him, and then shield him. He still has this dot on him, and he's dead. So res. While we're doing that, I want to look at what these guys do. Like, we're not going to have time. I don't see them in here, so I'd have to look at them. We drop this candle in, and then I'll go and grab this far one. We'll avoid the ad. I don't want to aggro it, because you'll still aggro stuff even if you can't see it. And then we'll wait a tiny bit until this stuff's a little lower. And now we will drop the candle in as soon as this is dying. There we go.
Yes. Feed.
We did it.
All of you. Feed on the void. Let it quick. Grab some
Just grab a dynamite. And in this part, you just wait until you see the boss, and then you start spamming your one ability. So right here, I put my mouse in wherever the boss's like mouth is, or the front of his hitbox, and I just spam one and left click over and over and over, and then you'll just always hit him. It's impossible to miss. Like right here, I'm just keeping my mouse and kind of tracing it in front of him. And I think the most you can get is 18, I believe. Someone said 19, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, are we getting 19? Nope, almost.
Oh, my head.
Now we're focusing one of the creepers because they have the most HP and they are the most nasty. Kick the mage, don't be mean. Only 8 hits. Or they were just hydrating. I don't notice how close the timer is. I think we're still like totally fine this boss. Omega dies, but we have less coming up. Done with our percent. There is an important mechanic with this one, which I just take over every time I'm in a pug group. I always do it. Like, I just handle it. Because it's hard to trust, like, who's going to do it without comms. So I'll explain that when we get to it. But it has to do with the boss's, like, main AoE ability. The group-wide damage. Alright, so big things here. Shadow Blast. He's going to use on somebody. He's going to put a circle on them. They need to get out of basically the light or away from other players and not hit them. So this right here. Usually this is the best time to go run and grab a candle, like you can see the DH doing right now. And then once the AoE goes off, you bring the candle back to recharge the candle. Then the boss is going to do a frontal. We're going to pick up the candle and move to the left to dodge the frontal. And he's going to spawn a bunch of adds. And then you can see Eternal Darkness is about to cast. I'm going to go grab a candle. Next time I need to do it sooner. And then we're going to go in here. And then I did it too soon. I'm bad at this game. But with Eternal Darkness, as you can see there, the candle will go out if you do not recharge it during the AoE cast. So next time what I want to do is I want to save the candle and kind of sit outside of the candle, and then once the AoE cast is kind of going off for a few seconds, then I step inside and recharge the candle, if that makes sense. We'll keep an eye out by just keeping, like, watching the Eternal Darkness timer, and when there's about 10 seconds left or so, that's when we go grab a candle. I'll just use Ultimate Penitence. So I get this at the wrong time.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Now we have Eternal Darkness coming up in 10 seconds, so I'm going to go grab a candle right now. We grab this candle, and then we're going to kind of AFK out here and not step in. Press my healing stuff. And now I wait, and now my candle went away. I think it's because we picked up one, or maybe I waited too long. I don't know what happened, but... So maybe I need to pick it up even later. That I still don't fully understand, but...
4, 3,
Okay, we're going to recharge this.
1.
Hopefully, even with me messing it up, you get the basic idea of how it works. Should get the opportunity to do it one more time, so I'll try to not mess it up at least once. While you're out here and don't have a light source, the boss, like, takes no damage from you, but as a priest, luckily, our atonement still works just fine. So now we wait right here. We're gonna grab... Oh, someone else grabbed it. We need to grab a different one. That's not good. This one, we'll just wait a second, and then I'll grab it from outside. And now Eternal Darkness starts casting. Stuff to, like, help heal it, and then now we go in. And then now it recharges the candle, and then now by the time that the Eternal Darkness cast ends, the candle still has, like, 50% of its charge. And that's how you do it. That is Dark Flame Cleft. Hopefully that works as our little first... I'm surprised it actually worked the first try, especially with the DC and the boss wipe and all that stuff, but it worked out. I think I have a much better understanding of the dungeon now, so thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Cool, we did it. We recorded a video on live stream. Let's go. Don't worry, the music won't be in there. I don't know what's playing right now. Is this like a Beatles thing? It's supposed to be synthwave. That didn't sound like synthwave. Maybe I'm crazy though. Oh my god, this guy's gonna give me the ring. Oh, maybe he's not. Oh, he is. We got a ring upgrade. Big haste first ring. Holy shit, dude. I have 2-piece yet, dude. This character is so strong. Guess we just queue it up again. Fuck it. We need to get sockets and stuff for this ring though. So we'll do that real quick. Every time I get on this mount, by the way, I did not buy it with my own money. My friend bought it for me. I think it was around my birthday or something like that when it came out. I don't remember. We need the jeweler setting. Buy like 6 of these so I have them for later. And then for gems, sister gifted me that mount. Nice. What gems did we have in our previous one? Yeah, we just do haste first and the whole thing. Just buy 6 of these as well so we have them for later. And then we need an enchant. We need Radiant Haste. Like a big balance druid. People already at 650 stuff. Oh my god. That's 4-piece. Take the 4-piece gamer. I think so. I start doing M+. I just feel not so confident with pugs because I'm new to disc and M+ generally. Yeah, that's okay. I think the best advice I would offer for that is you want to just pug your own key, and then that way it's not as much of a detriment if you don't time it. Like, it's your key, so I don't know. Like, it's easier to make mistakes if it's your key, or like, you know, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just rambling. This advice is basically just you have to get over that hurdle of like being scared to make mistakes because it's part of the game. This game is like 95% just a puzzle, and there's already a solution for it. It's just about figuring it out, and you have to do that through repetition and kind of, you know, as cheesy as it is, you have to kind of put the pieces in the wrong spots first, and then you're like, oh no, that doesn't go there. It's the same way with like learning and understanding, you know, dungeons or mechanics or learning your class or all that stuff. You kind of learn how to deal with stuff as you play. We take this DH tank? No. We do not. I can probably go upgrade my weapon another level again. Goal this week is to upgrade the weapon and then craft an offhand before raid. Craft a raid offhand, not a Mythic Plus offhand, probably.
If needed, I will answer the call.
Oh, sorry for not answering the other questions too. I was trying to pay attention.
You are here. The storm
If you're in the dark on that last boss, how's your atonement healing helping if you can't do damage? So atonement still works 100%, like you get 100% value out of atonement as long as you could do any damage to the boss. So even if the boss takes 99% reduced damage, your atonement still works as if you're doing full damage to the boss. The only time atonement doesn't work is if the boss is immune to damage, or the target that you're attacking is immune to damage completely. When you're in the darkness on that last boss, he just takes 99% reduced damage, which means that our atonements still fully work as if we were not in the darkness. Very, very nice. It's my buddy. Oh, yeah, it's a good tank too. We got the gamer squad.
Five,
Alright, we ready to game. Oh, I need to record this one too. Oh shit.
2, 1.
This dungeon walkthrough for the Rookery. You don't have to deal with the affix anymore. We're on a 12. Only week 2 of the season being out, so there's gonna be plenty of stuff I don't know. So just be mindful of that. First thing, if you're ranged, you can stand up here and avoid all the important mechanics that happen. In here, it's basically just the casters just do little lightning bolt zaps on people, and then the big guy, the quartermaster, will do entropy, and it just sends out these little orbs. And you just avoid those by standing up here or seeing which way he's facing, and then it just shoots 3 little balls like in that direction. Bounding Void, I don't know what that does. I think that's the ads that like jump to ranged players, but I don't know. That's also what we're avoiding. I don't know if I should paint up this guy. Probably should have, but now it's too late, so. Oh, oh. Made him use lay on hands, so that's not good. I should have definitely paints up there.
It's radiating dark energy. While you go to the roof, I will distract them here. We can link up later.
Guys you can purge, they have a little buff on them that just increases their damage, I think. And then the Stormrooks will just do this Energize cast, it does a little bit of damage to the group, and then other than that we're just watching the random damage from, or sorry, the Energize will target a single player and do damage to them. You can see there, now it's on the DH, so we just need to make sure the DH stays topped up. Basically the only way you die in these poles right here with just the Stormrooks is just if someone gets the Energize while getting targeted by a bunch of lightning bolts.
Pain suppression.
And then now the Void Rider will do a full AoE on the entire group. Here he does Wild Lightning, we dodge that. Press some defensives. I don't know why I'm... So this localized storm is the thing that will do group damage over the whole entire channel. We save my uppies for the next one. Watching those Energize casts. I put Barrier down for this next AoE. And we will Radiance. We will refresh our dot. We'll put our pet out. We'll Radiance again. We will Penance. And we'll Mind Blast. And it looks like we get to save uppies. We avoid the boss. I master spell up for these, and I don't have single purge, so they're just going to do some extra damage with their bolts. Pet, and then we'll use uppies because I don't have anything else right now. Timing for me to get the Energize. Watching the Energize cast. Staying defensive because I got targeted by a couple bolts, even if they don't actually go off. Still better safe than sorry when we're not in a voice chat with everybody. Heal the tank up a little bit here. We're kind of praying and healing our tank as much as we can. I'm just using defensive penance on him like every single time here. A little double pull here. We target the Void Rider. Since that's the dangerous one, we'll dot a couple of them up first and then retarget it. We'll do the frontal first where we dodge the little swirlies. And he's going to do the group AoE. Offensive here and health pot because I got targeted by the 3 cast and the Energize, so I'd rather just not die. Let's Energize. Get one more AoE here. I'll not use Evange for it. I was going to use Evange, but since it's already dead, it's fine. We'll last. Or save it for the boss. Now the boss. So first ability, I believe, is just little swirlies on the... Oh no, it's this AoE thing. This just does a lot of AoE damage. Make sure everyone's topped up for it. And you dodge the lines. And here, just don't be on the grates, and ideally be with your group. right now the... Oh my god. Oh my god, we're getting out of here. Okay. I'll re-explain that when we get to it, because that got way too scary, and I was too busy trying to ping the Druid when I probably just shouldn't have worried about it. I get out of the AoE wherever the boss is going to land, and then it repeats from there. Now we're going to get the little AoE circles around us. Use our pet for this one. Need to stop using a PI on people. I need to save it for the Shaman. Hit it again. We're going to AoE heal. And we're going to dodge, and then he's going to do the thing in the middle again. What you want to do is stand not on the grates, because that's always where the lightning will start. You want to be in the middle of these solid platforms, so that whichever way it goes, you're not stuck on the edge like everyone is right now. You're like in a good spot no matter what, if you're in the middle. It goes in a random direction. And we're kind of just AoE healing as we get a break. Like each time we dodge one of these circles, we just start casting. And now we dodge wherever he's going to go. I think he just targets a player there for that. We're going to get the Thunder. Pretty fast cast. Otherwise, the boss just repeats after that. I think the most dangerous part is definitely the intermission and also being able to heal while on the move. The most important thing is just making sure that you're healing after every dodge. So just dodge the circle and then stand still and focus on healing. So like here, we're going to go stand in the middle. Then I'm going to Radiance. I'm going to dodge. We dodged the wrong way. We're going to Mind Blast. We're going to dodge. Then we're going to kind of catch up a little bit because I'm behind everybody. Then we plant. We press a Smite. Okay, do a Flash Shield. Do a Powered Shield. Flash Heal, Flash Heal. Penance as we move. So on and so forth. So whatever class you're playing, you just want to find things you can do while on the move. Also, when you plant, that's when you do your casted spells. I'm going to just save uppies for downstairs because the trash is pretty scary, so there'll be some parts where we probably want to use it. Don't care too much about our damage in a 12 because I haven't done a 12 yet this season, so I think it's mostly just about surviving. Keeping everyone else alive. And then here, I haven't been able to replicate it since the PTR. You used to be able to go all the way down to the bottom with one click, but I can't figure it out. I don't know if I'm just messing it up, but you would go like this way over here, like this, and then you target this little lantern, like that. Yeah, see, it doesn't work anymore. Oh, there it did a little bit. I got to skip a platform, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe a better way of doing it, we'll see. And we usually just skip this stuff, but we'll see what the tank wants to do. Here we're targeting the Crusher and the Diffuser, actually, if the Diffuser's out. The Crusher will just target random players and do some damage. The Diffuser will do this pull-in ability, and it just does a lot of group-wide damage. So we're just watching that, and then whatever overlaps with people having the Crusher jump on them during that AoE. Buff for clicking a bird. I don't know about that. I have no idea. Might be something I am unaware of. Have the pull-in again. Radiance Penance. Now we target the Crusher. Other guys, as far as I'm aware, just are tank busters, like the Rook Guards. They put a stacking debuff on the tank that makes them do something, or it's a dot, or something like that, but basically just tank damage, just the easiest way to think of it. Diffuser again, Penance, Pet. That was unfortunate. I don't even know what he died to. Fucking Void. Looks like it's a cast on the Diffuser. I think it just needs to be kicked. Oh, it's unkickable. It just targets a player and does extra damage, so that's another thing that we need to keep in mind. I thought it was a tank buster, though. But maybe not. We'll keep an eye out on it. See if it targets somebody else. Just gonna use uppies here. Here's the Arcing Void. It targets random players. Okay, so that is another scary overlap. Arcing Void plus the pull-in, because he does it during his pull-in. At least his first one. Here do you get a buff for shocking a bird with the feather on your way down? Oh. Yeah, no, I did not know that. Is this one the Stormworks favor? We're LSing these. Just stand up towards the top of the stairs. It looks like the oracles are important. They just spam cast Void Bolt, and then it looks like they do a cast like every 15 seconds that we're going to want to watch out for. Keep an eye out for what that is. Here they're going to cast it. Seeping Corruption. Okay, it's just the curse dispel on a random player, so if you can dispel curses, you want to do that. Looks like I don't PI Shamans anymore because he has not pressed his Ascension, or it's not tracking it properly. To update my weak aura. We'll just PI the DH. CS 4-piece. 2 diffusers here. This is absolutely terrifying. And we're about to get clapped because we're on top of the Druid. It's really unfortunate. And they're on top of each other again. Oh, that is such a mess. That's not good. That's just a really bad overlap. We all went to the same corner. It's gonna be rough to catch up on. So they're just gonna keep doing a lot of damage. Okay, it looks like we are catching back up. Don't chase me. Oh my god, my eyes! I'm getting flashbanged. They're still just like chaining the bolts into each other nonstop. That AoE is massive on it. Okay, that was just... I can't do very much if they don't press defenses there, so... The only thing I could have done is maybe pain sup one of them when they were lower HP. Just rough to recover on in general. Look at that damage, dude. That is insane. To my understanding, the DH died there just to the, like, being inside the circle on the ground. Attracting Shadow, Arcing Void, Attracting Shadow. No, it looks like he just got bolted again. Yeah, it's just the bolts while you're getting pulled in. That's what's absolutely terrifying. Just set up a thing on Cell to like show the Arcing Void as like a little frame glow or something, so I know who's getting targeted by it every time without a doubt. Yeah, this boss is pretty rough. In things the boss does. Let's go through it one at a time. Got a corruption, we'll put it on a player. Puts a debuff on a player, it does decent, like a moderate amount of ticking damage to them, so it's on me, and then it'll pass to the closest player. Now it'll go to the Druid, and then we don't want it to pass to us again, so you can't take it like back to back basically. And then that's it. You just bounce it between 4 different players, and then the debuffs go away, and then you're all good. And then the other thing is he's going to do a pull-in, does a heavy amount of damage. A moderate amount of damage, and then he does Crush Reality, targets a player. You avoid it, but you want to make enough room because you got to dodge these tornadoes afterwards. And I think the deadliest overlap is when you have this dot going on people, and then you also have either the pull-in or the crush happening at the same time. Here at the very end, I think, when we get the last debuff, so whoever gets this last debuff right here is going to... So right now it's on the Shaman. So do you see how much damage he took compared to everyone else? Because we had the crush and he had the debuff at the same time. So that's like the scary part. Gonna cast Uppies to catch up here. Pass this to the Druid, and then he can walk in melee. There we go. You can see the Druid and I's debuff pass like as he crushed, so I should have used Fade and Disrepair there, or like a Pain Sup. I think that's definitely the best case use of Pain Sup on this fight, if you're like aren't using it anywhere specific, is on on people that have the debuff while the crush is happening. So right here, no one has it, so we're not going to worry about it. Now I have it, so I'm just going to fade Desperate Prayer so I don't have to worry about myself. In melee now. Get a crush on the very last one again. Whoever it passes to next, if it's not the tank. Okay, it went to the tank, so I'm not going to use Pain Sip for that, because that we shouldn't need to. We're getting the Chaotic Corruption again, and then it just repeats from there. So now we get the crush on the second one, so right here. So it's going to pass. Just paints up the tank, just as kind of like the reaction to whoever got it, just to see if I could do it fast enough. Future. Also tell who it's going to pass to by just seeing where the debuff is. So like right now it's on the Demon Hunter, so it probably goes back on the tank. I think he had the last debuff charge, so I just wasn't paying attention. But it always passes to the closest player to you. Like whoever has the debuff when it expires, it will just pass to the closest player to them. And here we have 2 of the Crushers, so we're just watching for who gets targeted by those. And this little debuff goes on people from the Void Ascendant, and then we want to dodge these orbs. He spawns 2 sets of them. And just in a random like little cross pattern in different directions. And he puts the Healing Absorb on everybody, and it's like a dispellable debuff as well. So like right here he's about to do it. So I just mass dispel, or you just heal through it and make sure you have AoE healing ready, and then you dodge the orbs. Everyone takes like unavoidable ticking damage until the Heal Absorb is off.
I do not like that it feels darker and colder as we go down.
We're doing okay on time. I don't actually know the dungeons at all, like as far as time-wise goes and stuff, because I haven't really ran them that much.
To keep going, we will
So I guess we'll see.
the Storm Rider way. But what is that? What did Gorin bring here?
And kill all these guys.
We have to take it.
Don't pull them into the big guy. Okay, so the big guy does a cast right here. You can see next to his HP bar, this Void Extraction. Gonna basically any adds that are near him empower him, make him do increased damage. And then he's gonna cast, when the adds die, they do instability, so you just avoid that. It's all the shit on the floor. And then I think other than that, when he does the cast again, I think it does damage based on how many stacks he currently has or something. I actually have no idea. Oh, it's this right here, Unleash Darkness. So it's when he hits 40% HP. Just gonna do this channel for pretty much ever, and it's gonna hurt really bad. And I don't know how we're gonna live this, but we'll see. Paint up myself. And then a little penance as we move. Okay, we got it. That channel does more damage the more stacks he has from absorbing the adds that are near him. Now we have another Void Ascendant pull, so we're watching for that Healing Absorb and the orbs. We're getting the Healing Absorb first, so I'm going to prep for that. I'm going to use Mind Blast. And we will Radiance right as it's about to go off. We just Penance to heal it off. Not to make this healer specific, but just explaining my thought process, and then you can kind of attribute it to other healers as well. And I will be making like Healing Out Loud videos on every healer for every dungeon this season is the plan. As long as time allows. Here we're not in good shape because I don't have anything to hit, so I'm going to use Uppies to try to recover this. And hopefully it'll just, yeah, it just targets the players who needed it. And now we have these Absorbs, we have the Crushers, so this is a pretty deadly pack. And I external the tank. Probably should have saved my Mindbender for when the Void Stone hits 40% HP. Be a little scary. We have 2 penances up, so we should be okay. God, I shielded the tank and he just instant deleted it. Okay, now we move, we penance, we mind blast, we move, we sorry, not in penance, we radiance. And then we will have our Evange for the next one. So right here we Evange as we move. Put a shield on myself just for that. We pet and we penance. There it's just all about you're making sure that you're fitting abilities in between each dodge of like the circles on the floor. Going to the next one. This one we have an Ascendant and a Void Stone, so we're going to focus the Ascendant because we definitely want that to die first. Guy. The Healing Absorb come out right now. We can Mind Blast. And we'll save our pet for the Void Stone. Dodging the orbs. Not really doing anything, we're just waiting for the next Heal Absorb to come out. If it even does in time, it looks like we're going to kill it before. It's going to be really close. Yeah, we got it. We got it, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. Okay, and then we have this. I'm not ready for this at all because I wasn't paying attention to his HP. We'll press defensives, we'll use our pet, we'll Mind Blast, and then we'll Penance as we dodge the next one. And then we can Radiance again. And then we Shadow or Death as we dodge this one. And then we Penance as we dodge the last one. There's one more, I lied. Alright, and one more pack, and then we have boss. Boss might take a long time, so I don't know how we're doing on percent still. Or on time and everything. This one just has an Ascendant and 2 Void Crushers, so we don't have the 40% to worry about, so I'm just going to send my pet right away. Also stealth that, so if you have like Shadow Meld and whatnot, you can use that to avoid the Crushers jumping on you. There's the orbs. Get targeted again, I'll try to Shadow Meld it. Shadow Meld that Void Bolt. Since it was not getting kicked. It was about to go off. Use my pet right now, because then it'll come up during the important part during the boss fight, I believe. We actually want to do a lot of healing. This boss, I'll probably take a couple little rounds of like the phase to explain it all, but you want to split up into different sections. Healers in the middle, and then DPS kind of split up between sides. And then you want to make sure you're trying to be in range of everyone. Oblivion Wave's just a tank frontal, so tank will take a heavy hit. An Unstable Corruption right here, it's going to put a dot on 2 people. You dispel it, but try to move out like there. I should have moved out and then dispelled myself, like you can see there the Shaman did. And then now we get the big intermission. So there's these pillars, circles. You want to put the circles on top of the pillars. You can see there we have 3 pillars and 3 circles. So we put it on top of them, and then it gets rid of the pillars. If the pillars persist, you are going to probably wipe. We want to B-res on this guy, but I don't know where he is. Looks like we're trying to find him. Where's he at? Like under the boss? This. Looks like we got a B-res out. Dispel. Like null upheaval is what it's called. He's gonna go over there and grab that one. We're gonna try to heal up the Shaman here as much as we can. Now when the shield breaks on the boss right here, he takes like burn damage, so he actually takes damage to his health. And this is where we want to be hitting him as much as possible, because you basically have to get rid of the shield to even do damage to him. And then now we have shit everywhere, so it's really hard to get in range of everyone. So we just need to pre-have atonements out on people. Here comes the AoE. Oh, I used it too early again. It's the null upheaval. That's what I need to be planning for. I need to stop dispelling myself in the middle. That was going to be really hard to get used to, is moving out for that. Get this one here, I'll dispel myself, and then we'll paint up the other guy that has the debuff. Now we have the burn phase again. Running over here to be in range of the tank, because the tank bust will be the next thing that happens. Pools do go away eventually, so I can probably take up this spot right here, which is not super ideal, but better than nothing. So I'm going to penance. Oh, I meant to penance myself and run over there, but that's okay. We have the debuff coming out. This time I'm going to remember. I move out before I dispel myself. Okay, here. Okay, can dispel the Druid because he's far enough away. Shaman got rid of it himself. Use our pet. Use our radiance. We'll use uppies. Right next to the pillar. Dispel. We use uppies. Spell the other debuff. Now we're burning the boss. We use Mind Blast for this burn. Use Mind Blast again before the null upheaval happens, and then we'll get it back up in time. I get the debuffs. If I get it, I'm moving out before I dispel myself. So right here, I move out, and then I dispel myself. And we're just watching the Druid. We get null upheaval, so we'll Mind Blast. Use our pet. Use our Radiance. Use our Evangel. Dispel. I probably should have waited on that Dispel, because now he's just standing and stuff. Well, I'm trying to get rid of the pillar, so that's my fault. The DH has the other Dispel, which is kind of awkward. Looks like he's in range now. Now, if we get the final little bit of burn damage here, and we almost time it, but not quite. But that's okay.
The void offers no second chances.
Not too bad for 8 deaths. Oh, so that is the Rookery. I understand that one a lot more. And I also need to learn how to deal with the dispels and not dispel myself instantly. Two for one, back-to-backs. I think I can make tier set now too. I can change my shoulders and my pants into tier, as long as they don't turn into terrible tier pieces. I'm gonna look them up real quick. Alrighty, let's see. Still get IO for that key? I don't even know. I did not. What stats does it turn into? We get on, what do I have? I have shoulders. Wait. I have shoulders and pants. Shoulders turn into haste mastery, that's good. And pants turn into haste mastery, which is good. Cool, lots of haste. So we go get our 2-piece now. Let's go. Change the shoulders in a tier. These are even avoidance shoulders. Big upgrade. And then we change the pants. Wait, crit mastery, this should lie to me. Oh, I see. It's a non-tier piece that's on here. Darn. Well, I think we still change them just because I'm playing Holy in raids, so these are good Holy pants basically, and then we'll replace them later. Alright, we equip all that stuff. Now we have our 2-piece. Big. I'm gonna buy an enchant for my pants, and then we're back on the grind. And we want the increased stamina one. There we go. Alright, now we're back at it again. Another DH. Got a rep Pally. Enhanced Shaman. I kind of want a ranged, I think, so we probably take the Warlock. Warlock says he has 4-piece, we'll just do that. It looks like the... Does he actually have 4-piece, though? We need a Lust. We can't take... We can't take Warlock. Sorry, buddy. Take the Shaman. We have the... Oh, there's my buddy again. God damn it. Just kicking everybody. I'm terrible.
The charged silt from these clashing elementals are packed with healing properties. Let's stock up while they're occupied.
I can upgrade my weapon all the way now, huh? With that dungeon that we just did. Should probably go do that. Fully upgraded weapon.
Honored to meet you.
Yay. And now we save the rest of our crusts from this week. We're going to save those for crafting and offhand. And then we're huge. I'm gonna craft it for holy first, so I'll make like probably a crit mastery offhand with ascension on it. Or ascendance or whatever it's called. Sure, we can take the DH. Send it. Turn off the like whisper bleep noise for streaming and stuff, just so it's not making noise for you guys. I don't know if that's even a thing. Dialogue? It's gonna be dialogue, right? That's voiceover stuff. I don't know.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I hadn't remembered to press record. PIing the DH because I still haven't fixed my PI for the Shaman. But now we're talking about Cinderbrew Meadery. Big one on these big pulls. It's the patron, or not the patron, sorry, it's the hired muscle that you're watching for. They do, like in this pack, we have 2 of them. They do Volatile Keg. It's going to put a dot on everyone in the entire group. That's unavoidable. And then the Pyromaniacs will put a dot on individual players that need to be dispelled. Also use Mass Dispel and stuff for that. So healing the group for the hired muscle Volatile Keg, and then we're dispelling the Erupting Infernos, I think is what it's called. Mass Dispel here. Nope, I lied. We're not Mass Dispelling. I already did it earlier for some reason. I'm gonna catch up on these AoEs. Spell that. I do heroics before starting M0 then M+. That's probably not a bad idea. It depends on what your eye level is, but if you're just trying to get comfortable, then yeah, take your time with it. Maybe I would just start with M0s, honestly. But if you feel like it's overwhelming, then dial it down and run heroics. We have the mini boss, which is Chef Chewy. So what he's going to do is Tenderize. It just does big AoE to the whole entire group. And then he's going to do high stakes. You have to dodge these circles that spawn under your feet. Please do not try to finish cast when you're doing it, because they go out very, very quickly and will kill you. So just dodge them. Do not try to finish any casts that you're doing. Some Pyromaniac in the group, so we really need to make sure we dispel the debuff. Because if anyone has that debuff while the AoE goes out, they are big dead, not we. Dodging the circles from high stakes. Tenderize. Not going to get my Radiance off in time, that's unfortunate. Radiance afterwards. As long as he's not with anything else, then he's not very dangerous. The only thing that can kill you is not dodging. Now we're dodging again. Right there, I just interrupt my cast immediately and just move. We're going to have some hired muscles and Pyromaniacs in this group again. It's like 2 Pyromaniacs and 1 hired muscle. Use our pet, we use Radiance, we use Penance, we will Dispel, we'll PI. Then I'll put down Barrier. I have another AoE coming out soon. It's actually not for a little while. My Mind Blast a little too soon, unfortunately. We have Evenge for this one. We'll Dispel. And then we'll use our pet. And we'll Evenge. Dispel. This boss is pretty rough as a healer, so you do want to pay attention to a couple things. Big thing is the Throw Cinderbrew cast we can see about to go off. That's going to target 2 players. You just need to heal those 2 players, so you can't get rid of it in any way. So right here it's on me and the Paladin. So I'm just going to flash heal us both, and then spam heal. Maybe throw like a powered shield out if I need to. Make sure those players are topped off before the next cast of Throw Cinderbrew. And then now we will Radiance, we will Mind Blast, and now we're healing those 2 players. Penance the Shaman, since he got hit by the poop on the floor as well. We're dodging and keeping them alive. More cast a Throw Cinder Brew, and then probably have the intermission. Now we Mind Blast again, it pretty much overlaps every single time. Now during this intermission, everyone just takes unavoidable damage for the entire intermission, so you really want to heal these players up that have the debuffs. And here, we do not want to do anything in the intermission besides just heal, so we are just fully focused on keeping atonements out and getting everyone topped off. And it looks like they did that intermission insanely fast. But in a lot of groups, you will probably be in that intermission for a while, so that's where you want to probably use some healing CDs and stuff.
5,
We have Throw Cinder Brew going out again, so avoid these swirlies on the floor, dodge the frontal, heal while on the move. Just focus healing into these 2 players. Getting our Radiance for the Throw Cinder Brew, avoiding these swirlies still. Alright, Radiance,
4,
Mind Blast.
2, 1.
Trying to stay like pretty close to the boss most of this fight because it makes it a lot easier to ooh, I almost got knocked back into the AoE there. Like that. Try to get him up, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So we'll Mind Blast. Oh, looks like someone else is doing it. Sweet. But now he's going to res and all the stuff. Radiance here. I don't know if they like Giga nerf this, but we're taking like no damage during the intermission like we used to. Intermission used to like absolutely truck people. Maybe with the nerfs that they did to dungeons on week 1, it affected this pretty heavily.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Playing the debuffs. Use Evant here to help them out. Since I'm kind of having to move a little more than I wanted to. Whenever it goes on me, that's when I'm going to use my uppies. Cinder Brew. That one's going on me, so I'm going to Radiance and then uppies and then walk out.
1.
It's our pet. And boss is dead. A big thing there for healers is just watching the Throw Cinder Brews. Like, those 2 players just need to be Omega healed.
Here to help. My zeal to get back in business led to faulty reasoning.
Okay, and then here we have the Pyromaniacs that we had in the previous room, so we dispel. Then we're going to have these Reckless Charges on these Hobgoblins that you can see right here. Just run them into a nearby wall and then dodge it. It'll kind of fixate you until the charge actually happens. And then it'll do like group-wide AoE damage when he hits the wall. And so we just get ready to top everybody off for this. Again, the scary overlap is if you have a dispellable debuff and the charge going out at the same time. I'm gonna save my dispel here. That way if another one goes off during the charge, I can dispel it instantly. Shadow Word Death as he hits the wall. The Taste Testers will cast Free Sample. It just targets random players with a little big damage hit if it's not kicked. And then they also enrage themselves. And if that goes off and then they get a cast off of Free Sample, you just pretty much die to it instantly. Like, it'll just do so much extra damage. I have 2 Hobgoblins. Scientists, we don't need to worry about too much. They just spawn a little ad on the floor that needs to die. It's like an explosive barrel or something like that. Failed batch is what it's called. There's another charge going across the map. I want to send it that way because then they go into the other ads and stuff. See how far he charged? That is so good. Hopefully he doesn't pull that pack. I don't think he will. There's the failed bash. Charge is on me, so I'm going to stand here in the wall, and then now I move. Oh, that one was pointed at me. I wasn't noticing that. Hard to see when they don't have like an arrow under their feet or anything. It's hard to tell what player is baiting it. It's on me. It's gonna die before it goes off. On me again. I think I can Shadow Meld. Nope. That didn't work.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
That was so funny. They were trying to soak each other's orbs, and then they were just baiting the orbs further away from them. That was so funny.
It's running too hot. The mead will be substandard.
Yeah, but there'll be more. More meat, more money. That's good business.
This was my personal directive, my passion. She's ruining everything.
That was an interesting way to try to bait.
After any shred of control.
Yeah, I don't know about all this. Should have LOS'd back into the room and then did that. Okay, though. Here, let's grab your orb, little buddy. Let me grab it. Give it.
Dispel.
Where I'm at, I want to make sure that if I get the charge, I don't point it this way, because it'll go into that pack back there. So if I get targeted by the charge, we're going to go to the left or right, into the wall. There's the charge. Radiance right as it goes off. I think the boss is gonna spawn on top of us. Yeah. I don't know if this is ideal. We're trying to do the boss with all the trash up. Which is fine. And this guy has some kind of strat for it. In the corner. Okay, so we'll start explaining this boss. It's a big thing, is the thing you just saw, but we'll just re-explain that when it happens again. So bottoms up is an ability that just hits the tank with a tank buster. Knock him back a little bit. And burning fermentation, I believe, if I remember correctly, that puts a debuff on a player or two. Is this dispellable debuff? Yeah, it puts it on 2 players, so it's just the same case of heal, dispel 1 player, heal the other. And we dispel again, and then we have Spouting Scout. That's like the big group-wide AoE damage that we're healing. So I press my defensive for it, and we're gonna Radiance, we're gonna Penance, and it just does a bunch of damage, and you have to also dodge swirlies at the same time. So as the swirlies spawn into your feet, you move out of the way. You have a lot of time though, so when one spawns under your feet, you can still finish casting and stuff like that. And if any of the ads touch the boss, we take damage and it gets a big shield, like that. Goodbye. Unlucky. It might be over. We run this one back. This one's a no good. What is the name of the 4th boss in the raid? I always forget. 6. Alright, we run it back again. Four set, no lever. I don't want no levers. I want to time the key. Big priest. We love the shadow priest. We need a lust. What the fuck is playing right now? This isn't synthwave either, dude. What is this shit? Post Malone and The Weeknd. It put it as synthwave because it's The Weeknd. Is that why? It's crazy. That's wild. Spotify is really bad when it just like recommends random music. It goes pretty far out there. I have a problem with Post Malone, by the way. I just want to listen to synthwave. But now we're listening to Trance/House. Where are the homies at? We got the Shaman again. Got a tank somewhere? Yeah, we got a tank. Okay, we're all good. We got a group. Let me reset it. Retry it, the healing out loud, so you guys are going to hear me repeat everything I said about the previous mobs in this dungeon and the boss. I'm out of auto hammers? Not like this. Do you have any in the guild bank? Do, yay. Put more in there. I usually keep a bunch in my like little separate tab that I have.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, we're going again. Depends what we pull first, but usually the first pull is some hired muscles and pyromaniacs. So well, I targeted the wrong thing. So the hired muscle are going to put these AoE debuffs on the entire group, right there, this dot. You just heal through that. I think there's another one going out, so that's going to hurt. And then the pyromaniacs put on these dispellable debuffs, so we're watching for those and dispelling them on cooldown, and then healing whoever we can't dispel. Don't know what that death was to.
AoE.
Comes the AoE damage again. Health pot.
AoE.
Use flash heal on the wrong person. Advantage that. I pulled another pyromaniac. There's just one, so we should be able to dispel every single debuff that goes out. Next we pull Chewy, which is a little mini boss. And what he's gonna do is a Tenderize cast right here. Gonna do unavoidable AoE to the entire group. It's a pretty heavy amount of damage. And then he's gonna cast High Stakes. Spawns these little circles on the floor. You need to dodge them, and they are very, very fast. So never try to finish your cast. Just always, as soon as it spawns, just move. Let me get the Tenderize again. I'm not gonna get Mind Blast off in time. Oh, we did. Nice. Just in time. Now we're dodging High Stakes. So when most groups just fight Chewy here like this, like by himself, nothing can kill you unless you get hit by the dodgeable stuff like that right there. I was trying to show like, oh look, the Druid got hit by it, and then I didn't strafe in time. So that's the only way you die on this mini boss, is if you don't dodge the High Stakes. The AoE damage won't kill you as long as you top everybody off before the next one, which you have a lot of time to do so. Now we're just trying to find the hired muscle and target that. We have a hired muscle and a couple pyromaniacs in this pull. So again, we're just watching dispels and then healing the AoE.
Dispel.
Bit of dispel. Paints up the other one. We should have paints up the tank there. Didn't realize he was getting wrecked. Just cheat death and meta, so he's okay. Shadow meld that off myself. Grab this orb. Hello, Steve. Alright, and we have boss. This is very straightforward. Try to stay close to him so that it's easy to dodge the frontal that he does, because it's at a random player. And he's going to do this throw Cinderbrew cast here in like 2 seconds. I'm going to target 2 random players with a really nasty dot. You just need to keep them alive. And stay out of the stuff on the ground. I'm healing myself and the Paladin. I'm going to use defensives for myself and then heal the Paladin. I can even use like a penance on him. And now he's going to do another throw Cinderbrew cast, and we're trying to kind of stay up with the boss as we have to move and dodge stuff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We dodge the frontal, and we keep healing these debuffs. As you can tell, every time he throws the Cinderbrew, or really every time he casts an ability, he's going to put stuff on the floor, so you have to be ready to dodge so you don't get stuck in it. And then during this intermission, everyone gets just unavoidable group damage to them, just throughout the intermission. It's this debuff right here. And then, actually it's not this debuff, but you just take constant unavoidable damage. Your job is just to sit here and heal, and everybody else does the intermission job, which is grabbing the beers off the counter and delivering them to patrons around the room. These throw Cinderbrews. We're watching the floor.
3, 2, 1.
I have a debuff on me. I'm going to paints up myself and then focus on healing the Shaman. It's the Shaman. Get another set of throw Cinderbrews here.
5.
On me again, so I'm going to dodge the stuff on the floor. Next time I should have moved after I spawned the stuff on the floor. And we'll just use uppies to basically keep myself and the other person topped up. Now we are moving. I'll get knocked back into these swirlies right here. The swirlies will just insta-kill you as soon as you get touched by one, pretty much. Radiance, I think it's not going to reach everybody, so we manually atonement the Druid.
Intermission.
We're just getting ready for the next throw Cinderbrews.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bad spot there. I was way too far away from the boss, so now I'm falling behind on these. I didn't have powered shield up in time there. I thought I used it on him. Get a Beerus out real quick before this stuff gets here. I don't know if I'm gonna have time. Not gonna have time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Heal the Paladin. Just all around bad on my part. I just fell behind. Please don't have a Spy Masters. Okay, he doesn't have Spy Masters. He's not mad at us. We're good.
Are you here to help?
We're super chilling.
Back in business led to faulty
Next pack, we have the Pyromaniacs again, and then we have these Hobgoblins. These are the next important mobs. I cast a charge on a random player in about 3 seconds. And then you face the charge into one of the walls, and then move after it goes through. Like here, the Druid is moving while he's still fixated. And it just does unavoidable group damage when the charge goes off, when he hits the wall. Other than that, you're just watching dispels and stuff, because again, just like before, the only thing that can really kill you in here is if you get charge damage from him hitting the wall, plus you get overlapped with other things like the Pyromaniacs, like dispellable debuff if like you can't get rid of one of the dispels and the charge goes off at the same time. So here it's on me, so I just wait till it goes off and then I move. If you move early, he'll just stay on you until the cast is finished. He stays facing you until the cast finishes.
All of you, feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Oh, we're not skipping this. I mean, a pretty nasty pull, actually. The charge going out. Gonna charge pretty far, so he's not gonna hit the wall for a while. Another one. You can see I shielded the Shaman because he was lower HP. Like, he was the only person not at full HP when the charge was about to hit the wall. You want to focus on him because he's the only one actually in danger of dying to the charge. That moment specifically. Charge is on me, so I'm going to face him in the wall and then move. Then we Radiance. And we have another charge, so we just top everybody off before it goes off. I flash heal the Druid just to top him off since he's a little further behind. More charges going off. I'm focused on killing this one before its charge goes off. There we go. Two Pyromaniacs here. The Taste Testers just do kind of random damage with resample. It's just an interruptible cast, and if it goes off, it will just do a moderate amount of damage to a player. The thing that's actually important is when they cast Spill Drink. If that goes off and then they cast, it's like right here, this one's enraged, and then they cast free sample, it'll do a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. So it's just something you want to be mindful of. I don't know why people do this. Well, this is just a wipe. I don't think we recover this. I'm going to try to walk away, dispel myself, health pot, and then we'll shadow meld, and then we'll reset. Oh, I still got the hired muscle dot. What the heck? Okay, we try that again. We're doing a lot of damage, so I think we're moving through this pretty quickly.
Dispel.
Dispel. Doing the same problem again, where like we walk through the door during combat and then everyone's like all mixed up on where we're actually at. Guy paints up the Druid because he has a dot and the charge and just a bunch of stuff, so he's prone to getting taking some extra damage. Dispel myself here. The barrier down.
Dispel.
I don't really know what's left in the pack. Looks like there's a Hobgoblin, so I'm going to try to target him so we can keep an eye on his HP. The charge going off. Face it into the wall. And then we heal.
Feed on the void.
Another hobgoblin here. The biggest thing is when you get targeted by the charges, just be mindful of where the other packs are in the group, because they will charge until they hit a wall. So you do not want to charge them into the other packs in the room. That is also what is super important. Being aware that they charge across the room until they hit something. The charge on the tank. Heal up our two buddies. The Paladin just, I think, stood and stuff. I don't know what he took damage from. Free sample, free sample. Okay, so it's just a bunch. Oh, and the oozing honey, yeah. So, took a tick from the floor stuff and then took a bunch of damage from the free samples. Target the scientist since he's the highest HP. We just have some Pyromaniacs. Looks like we have 3, so that's quite a bit of the spells. But we do have Massive Spell. As we just watch the players who have the debuffs. So like here I dispel. Nope. They got it with Stone Form. Here I dispel. Oh, he Stone Formed it too. My dispel did go on cooldown, so this one we just have to sit through. And then we'll dispel. The next set, since we don't have a bunch of ways to get rid of it, if they cast again, then we'll Mass Dispel. So now we Mass Dispel. So they're all dead now. There won't be any more debuffs. Alright, boss time. Boss immediately is going to do Spouting Stout. This is like the main healer mechanic. So you want to make sure this is where your cooldowns are going into. So right here I'm going to pre-use stuff. And you have to dodge stuff on the ground. There's little swirlies, and then you also just have to do a lot of group healing. Swirlies do spawn very, very early, so you have a lot of time to move out of the way. So like here, if one spawns on me, I can cast like 1 or 2 spells and then move out. So you do not need to move instantly. And these little ads, you just don't let them touch the boss. If they touch the boss, they do a ton of damage to the group, and then they also heal the boss. We're dispelling these debuffs that go out, and then healing the other player who we weren't able to dispel until we can dispel them. That ability is called Burning Fermentation. Now again, we have Spouting Stout about to go out. We get ready, we press our defensive. Use uppies. Think of him on uppies, I don't even have to dodge. Try to make somebody grab my orb. We missed it. We have Burning Fermentation in just a few seconds, so we're going to watch for those. I don't have Mass Dispel up, so we're using Single Target Dispel. Single Target Dispel the Shaman, and then just use defensives on myself. I need to be more aware of when the ads die, they spawn a giant pool of stuff on the ground that does actually a lot of damage to you if you stay in it. So you want to make sure you're away from the ads when they're dying, because it's such a big pool. Spouting Stout. Like here I can cast a spell or 2 and then move out of the way. I'd see like there I cast like 3 spells and I still was able to move in time. And a minor thing is, oh, there we go. Bottoms up is like a tank buster, but it also knocks them back. That's why the boss went into that ad, because he got knocked the wrong way, I think. So, you want to like powered shield or use like a upkeep spell on the tank for the tank buster. That's bottoms uppercut. Spouting Stout coming out again. There you go, easy boss.
took months of R&D. You goody-goodies don't know who you're dealing with. You do any more damage, and I'll cash you out, you hear me?
The bazooka, you just use defenses for and stay still with it and let everyone else dodge it. As far as I know, I don't think there's anything else to do with it. Could be wrong about that.
All of you.
And then the important cast here is
Its darkness
the Honey Harvester is going to do 2 major abilities. He's going to do a debuff that applies to you that just makes you increase damage from Swarming Surprise. And then he's going to cast a volley, I think, of some kind. No. Yeah, I believe so. Maybe it's the Purveyors, I think. Sorry, we're learning this together. The Purveyors are going to do a Honey Volley, and that will do a lot of damage or something like that. Yeah, Honey Volley right here. That goes off, it just does a lot of damage to the entire group, but it is interruptible. And Swarming Surprise on the Surveyors, that's just... or sorry, the Honey Harvester, that's just unavoidable kind of damage that happens, and then every time he casts it, it'll just continue to do more and more damage each time. Play a little catch up here. See there, he's casting it, so I'm just going to use a defensive. Evenge, and then Honey Volley almost went off, so we're doing that. I'm going to mind control it so it doesn't go off.
feed.
Lock him into melee, and then let him go.
The void. Let its darkness fill you.
Run to the other side so that he... because he's going to stay aggro to me pretty much after mind controlling. The Purveyors, so we're watching for the volley. Here it's probably not a bad idea to set up Cell to see who the bazooka is targeting more easily, because they're going to take the most amount of damage, so like pre-shielding them or something is going to be really important. For other healers, like, you know, if you're a Shaman, you want to pre-riptide them or do stuff like that. Make sure they get as much little initial damage reduction or extra health or things like that as possible. Mitigation, basically. Or just targeting the Honey Harvester again. Just uppies early.
Yes. Dodge. All of you. Feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
My bees! You put them in cages? They should be free gathering pollen in the forest.
Dodge.
We had to lock up your bees. Letting them be free range was too much labor. And the anger and frustration just makes that honey spicier. Right, Bang? Bang!
They're definitely overpulling this dungeon. Oh well.
Dodge. Mortals. Scrabbling after any shred of control. Dodge.
Righty, boss time. We can mind suit this boss. Nice. That's actually huge. This boss has a couple important things.
Scrabbling.
So number one is spawn ads. When the ads die, you need to jump on them as like vehicles and then charge them into these barrels around the floor. The next important thing is Fluttering Wing coming up in 5 seconds. This will just do a heavy amount of unavoidable group-wide damage and push you back. Right here, we're going to prep for it. And then we're going to Penance into it. And when the bees are dead, I'll show you guys what it looks like. You hop on them, and then you aim them at a barrel, and then you just send them with the number 1 button or whatever. And you can also move them around if like you're close to lining up 2 barrels at a time. You can break 2 at a time like this right here. So, and then we're going to get a Fluttering Wing again. So I'm getting ready for that. And there's that. Bees, just while they're alive, while they're alive, they'll just do kind of random bits of damage to people. They'll just kind of jump on people and sting them and put a little bleed debuff on them. As far as I know, it's a bleed, but I'm not entirely sure. Banish this one because we don't have our pet up yet. Full fight. The Tank Buster is this honey marinade, I think. And it just leaves a little pool on the floor, and if the ads are inside of it, they get buffed. Here, we'll grab this. Can I knock it off of it? Okay, there we go. Got Fluttering Wing. I'll paint up the Druid because it's not full HP. For each of the barrels that are up, like left remaining, when he spawns ads, he'll spawn an additional ad each time. So like here, we could break all 3 of these. I just line it up right here, and boom. These uppies here. Full boss. Don't underestimate the Fluttering Wing. It does a lot of AoE damage. The amount of damage it's doing in this key is with me prepping it, and it's a +10, so it's like, it's not going to be... It's going to be surprising when you run this key and you see the amount of damage it does. Like, you will get thrown off, basically, if you're not prepared for it, so make sure you're preparing for it.
You take out my bomb man, my prototype, and my beekeeper. And now you're riding my bees like some nature-loving weirdo? I guess I'm gonna have to show ya and your rock-headed friend who's boss!
And these guys, as far as I know, they do almost literally nothing. They full heal. They do a little leap ability dodge, and then they full heal whenever you kill one. So you want to just focus one at a time. Usually like an auto marking weak or something will mark them. So now we're focusing X. And that, as far as I understand, they do literally nothing. That's just because the key's too low or something, but I think it's just dodge the jumps and then kill one at a time. Looks like if you get hit by the jump, it's like a really nasty bleed or dot. So don't get hit by that. I'm surprised that they don't do like any pulsing damage or anything. Like they do literally nothing. It's a little weird. And the last boss, besides dodging a lot of stuff and it being a bit of a bullet hell, it is a really fun healer fight. There's a nice little damage pattern to it. We'll kind of explain it as we go. Main thing is there's going to be barrels all around the room. Some of the barrels are going to be lit up with like a red glow and be larger than the other barrels. Those ones are the important ones that we need to mostly worry about. And there's basically every time a barrel breaks, any of the barrels, it's going to shoot fire across the room in like a cross pattern. So there you can see the lit up ones. And basically every time you're targeted by an ability, you want to break one of the barrels. So like you're the tank frontal, he's going to break one of the barrels. And then the barrels that explode, they're going to send little waves of flame out. And then every time you break one of the big barrels, it's going to do, it's going to put an unavoidable dot on the entire group. And then lastly, we have this dispellable debuff. That's the thing that also breaks barrels on like other players. But whenever we get that right here, we're going to get a dispellable dot, and it will just do extra damage. So those players need the most amount of help. because they're going to have the dispellable dot and the regular dot from blowing up the barrels. And then Let It Hail is going to be like the healer check, I guess. It's going to just be unavoidable group-wide damage for 5 seconds. And then she'll blow up the remaining barrels in the room. So you just, if there's any barrels left over, just watch your feet.
4, 3, 2.
And then it restarts. So now she's going to spawn barrels again. Gonna do a frontal on the tank. Blow up a barrel. We get Burning Ricochet, so we're going to heal these players that have this debuff.
2, 1.
We dispel one, and then heal the other. See, like there, they take a lot of damage. I think there he got hit by fire, but I'm not sure.
5, 4.
And then now there's no barrels left.
2.
We just break whatever random ones we want. Then we dispel. I'll pain set myself so I don't have to worry about myself. And now we heal the unavoidable AoE, which we'll use uppies for this.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Barrels respawn. And the debuffs going out.
4, 3,
Dispel one of these. Dispel the Shaman. And heal the Paladin. Looks like he dwarfed his off. We had 2 of the barrels blow up, so we have a bigger dot. We're avoiding all the stuff on the ground. Now there's no more barrels left, so we don't need to worry about this. I'll just health pot for my debuff. We should have dispelled the Paladin there, but that's okay. We'll just heal him. The unavoidable AoE coming up. And that's the whole fight. And with that, that is also the entire dungeon. So that is Cinderbrew Meadery. Hopefully that was helpful. What do we get with this? Oh, is this 2,500? You get a little... Oh, it broke my game. Okay. It just gave us a lot of appearances. So that's Cinderbrew Meadery. No loot. Alright, we did it. 3 dungeons down. 5 to go. Dungeon do we get now? We got a Mechagon Workshop. Fun. We have that timed on 11, but that's okay. With that one, I'm going to take a break, so I wanted to keep the stream a little short, but I figured I was going to record these videos anyways today, so I figured I might as well just stream and record them. I think that's a good way to kind of get double value on being able to stream while also being able to record for YouTube and stuff and not neglect one or the other. So let me know if you guys like that, basically. Yeah, otherwise, and I'll kind of do the same stuff with Healing Out Loud sometimes. Like maybe I'll stream and just do Healing Out Loud and then like during stream. And then when we find one that we like, when we time a key and we like the... Like I like what the commentary was and stuff in the dungeon, or I like the dungeon that we did, then I'll upload it. It doesn't mean I'm gonna do all of my YouTube content from Twitch. That's definitely not going to be the case at all. But I figured it will help me. It'll help motivate me to stream more, because then I won't feel like I'm like, but I need to record videos, or I need to do this or that, or guide or all that. So I'm gonna take a break for now, since we got a few dungeons done, handful of dungeons done, and then I'll play again later. Probably won't stream until tomorrow. I'll probably stream, but it might be in like the afternoonish, because I'm going to do some IRL work stuff in the morning, and then I'll stream in the afternoon if I have time. So I will see you guys then, and then these videos will be uploaded over the next couple days. So thanks for hanging out. See you later.